All right, guys. I'm sitting here today on this Monday. We've already tapped in and channeled on the charts, but I'm literally hearing so loudly in my mind just about relationships, and I think you guys that it's my spirit guides and my team and higher self have been just in my head going on about the schism that we were talking about in the other video that is being posted today, about this moment where there is, we were talking about convergence and divergence and stuff like that. I think it is super appropriate to really understand where you stand. I'm hearing it like this. And honestly, now that I'm sitting with and opening space for the message, where Spirit is just like, hear me out. I'm not going to label it necessarily a love reading, so to speak, but I genuinely feel like this reading is more about those who have completed contracts with emotional bonds. Completed contracts, which goes along with the theme Pluto and Aquarius. Pluto shift from Capricorn to Aquarius. We were talking about that. Completed contracts with emotional bonds. And I kept hearing 12th house, and I was guided to write it down. So I'm just, excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. I have a little bit of a cold going on. And I was talking about that in the other video too. 12th house, we know that is Pisces energy. What's going on? Child, I'm like, what's going on in 12th house? As of today, this may be the person that you completed the contract with, 12th house. Maybe they have Pisces energy. You have Pisces energy in your chart. Maybe this happened in Pisces season, or you had some sort of closure and finality, which makes sense. Last sign on the zodiac wheel, right? We have also been continuously discussing all the Pisces energy. We will have North Node Pisces all year long for 18 months, actually. And then, of course, mind you, hello, 12th house, Saturn is in Pisces, right? And what is Saturn doing, right? Hold on, I'm hearing... let me write Saturn in Pisces down. And let me write South Node Libra. Okay, guys? South Node Libra was our previous, part of our previous eclipse cycles, North Node, South Node cycles. Excuse me. And I really talked about this a lot because I thought it was extremely... I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to venture out and say absolutely necessary. It's kind of like saying you can't graduate to the class of North Node Pisces. Excuse me, of the next step in your what are we saying, Spirit? In your spiritual progression. Thank you. You can't graduate if you can't turn in the work. I'm hearing show your work. That's so funny. Like, Spirit, your ancestors and team, you with yourself, right? Your team and higher self, okay? Knows, like, let's put you in a test, quote unquote, to see if you really did the work. Show your work. Where does that happen? In Earth school, so to speak? When you incarnate, you work through the contracts, the assignments with your emotional bonds, with your soul contracts, whether they be karmic or whether they be, you may look at twin flame, you may resonate with soulmate. There's lots of different jargon. There's lots of different stories. You can choose how you feel about that. But I just want to clarify, I'm talking about Spirit had me really feeling called to read on just completed contracts. Spirit said the good, the bad, the ugly, love and light. It could have completed great. It could have completed like shit. You know what I mean? Maybe you went to spiritual court, speaking in metaphor, right? Channeling in metaphor. Maybe you went to spiritual court and you wanted this contract reviewed. Like, I'm hearing, release me, like you're pleading to the spiritual core. I done done this and this and this, and you see, and it got tossed in the fire. Whatever the case may be, maybe your soul incarnated and you knew you kind of took on the assignment for various reasons, as we do. You know, we have soul contracts, we have soul mates, we have past life connections, we have twin flames. They can be plutonic, they can be fallen, we can have catalyst connection. So many different soul contracts, right? And you don't have to resonate with certain ones. They don't have to be, it can be platonic, it can be romantic. Sometimes soul flame, soul flame almost said, okay. Sometimes these emotional bonds and contracts. Look at this, Magician in the Chariot on the cut. The Chariot is very much a Merkaba card for me. So it's like the essence of your soul and spirit and the way that you can move with, I'm hearing, from your higher self to the lower physical self. It's like a freedom of movement of your energy is what this completed contract is allowing. Excuse me. So South Node Libra homework needed to be done, and it needs to be understood. And again, this can be toxic past family members. This can be cycles with familial ancestral karma. We did a lot of work with those energetics in 2023. It was a 7-year ruled by, we just had look, I'm pointing here to talk about the energy of the moon. Is that Saturn in Pisces? Child, it is. About to put it right out on the table. Yep. Okay. Oh, Saturn, yeah. Saturn in Pisces, Taurus energy, definitely. Yeah, a liquidation effect. Closing out old contracts so you can walk through new. This is always my when one door closes, another door opens type card. This is about, because you were able to embrace this, you freed up energy. And I'm hearing all work, no play. I'm hearing the juice, in fact, was not worth the squeeze. I'm hearing something like, you have me out here damaging my own self. I'm hearing a projection of lack mindset. Okay. And again, please, disclaimer, take this as you will. I don't really read this as a separation energy. Oh, I'm just taking a break from that family member right now. Me and my best friend really, do you see the Two of Cups? Okay, hold on, because they're just going to fall out on the table. I don't feel caught. It's a big stack. The High Priestess is under there, though. Trust your intuition. Look at this. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just always like to, oh, I see what I did. Damn, let me fix this. I always like to clarify to people, because people, yeah, it was a lot of cards, a lot of mercy, 7 of Cups on the bottom. People always assume it's romantic, and it very well could be. But sometimes when we incarnate and we take on these contracts, it could be like, oh, we've been best friends since 3rd grade. You know what I'm saying? That could be a soulmate, twin flame, or just look, jargon is jargon. Take it as you will. Take whatever resonates for you. I'm connecting to a collective frequency of energy. Everything may not apply. If you don't resonate with something or a word or a title, that's all good. I'm just saying a lot of emotional contracts completed. And this energy is specifically I think for means of understanding, reflection, confirmation. I'm going to write this down. Spirit said, the juice is not worth the squeeze. You were doing, child, you were doing the squeezing, okay? It's kind of giving you were doing a lot of work, but where was the gain for you? This feels like someone not pulling you into old contracts. Here we have again, Pluto and Capricorn. We took this to spiritual court. Spiritual court is coming through a lot, but that was a channel that we were going into for a collective astrology message, and we kept talking about this visual. Spirit will give me, my guides and my higher self will give me these kind of very vivid, detailed, like mini movies or very vivid visuals about what the energy looks like as a metaphor to tell a story. And it was this whole story about Pluto cleansing and clearing all these contracts because people needed to graduate. And it makes sense because Saturn is completing. Saturn in Pisces is a big energy here. We saw that was Eight of Cups, Saturn and Pisces energy. So yeah, a lot of those contracts were complete. Saturn and Pisces energy, Eight of Cups, by the way. When I do one-on-one work with people, I always tell them this is what I call my water ritual card. So if you have separated, if you have done cord cutting, whether, again, is it a family member? Is it a longtime friend? Is it a past romantic situation? This really does make sense too if you think about Venus being in retrograde. This is my water ritual card though, and I tell people all the time, if you see this and you have walked away from something, especially, is it Chris Ann? I love her. Light Seers Tarot, right? If you've never connected with, is beautiful. Very beautiful energy. But it's something like choosing yourself, loving yourself is an act of rebellion. And is giving very Aquarius, is giving very Saturn and Pisces. There's a closure of stuck, stagnant energy here that can now flow. That was coming through in the collective channel on astrology too, but it's like, let's just go. We you know, maybe you did decide to alchemize maybe familial karma. It could very well be, right? Cancer energy, Eight of Cups energy, contracts closed out. This contract has been complete, you know? And so now that, and I'm talking about the Devil Capricorn energy here, now, this is also the Saturn card, child. Saturn here big time. Okay, Saturn wants to reveal something to you that I'm seeing this scene as a stage. And it's a trickster energy, but the whole thing was for you to follow the sleight of hand. There's something here like a magician, and these ladies would be dancing, and then, oh, they slipped out of the chains, and then boom, the magical box falls open. You see the eye? And lo and behold, you know, there's a surprise, but it's something about, I'm hearing, I've got to break free. Is that Freddie? My voice, I can't see. Freddie Mercury, I've got to break free. What are the lyrics to that song? Mind you, energy, if it helps you, I have on the board definitely Cancer, definitely Pisces. I have Taurus, definitely double Taurus. And I have Capricorn, so it's earthy energy, watery energy. Some of those signs may be applicable. It doesn't have to. I want to break free. Yes, by Queen. What are the lyrics? Wait, I think I... I'm sorry, didn't mean to filter it through, and I was laughing at this picture, but it was kind of telling a backstory. Does this have the lyrics? I mean, I think we can pick it up enough. Love and light. I mean, I want to break free. But now I'm also hearing I want to hold your hand. So we can't be dealing with an energy of someone who wants to come back. Okay, and that's just what it is. And y'all collectively be sucking your teeth and rolling your eyes, you know what I'm saying? All right, but that's just what it is. And if you have a higher fifth dimensional level, like a higher awareness of understanding, it's like taking the flame from a moth. If you had a contract, again, whether it's a toxic family member, Maybe it was a codependency, you know, we trauma bonded, it's an ex. It could, you know, you can have soulmates and like soul contract, emotional bond, energy, etc., whatever terminology. I really can't put terms on things if I'm not discussing it and we're doing work one-on-one. But you know, it's interesting because some people say the shadow, like the shadow energy of the Eight of Cups, and also the devil underneath it. Right? Shadow energy of the Eight of Cups, the devil underneath it is like abandonment wounds, bonding out of trauma. You literally chose each other instead of choosing yourself, love and light. Or it could be, you know, mother, father, paternal, maternal, you know, mother, father wounds. Maybe heavier on the mother, but I don't know. I can't say because honestly, we got the devil here too. So it could be shadow mother wound, shadow father wound, if that's applicable. Whatever the toxic emotional bond is that you felt really called and led to really evolve from, it is really tough, you know, especially if you're dealing with narcissistic dynamics or cluster B or different personality disorders, but a lot of narcissism, of course, and no, I am not your therapist, you know, and I'm not diagnosing anyone. You are in your own path, so you have to take responsibility for your own knowledge and experience, all right? But I'm saying if you're dealing with those dynamics, it is tough because you know that that cycle will continue to try to come back and ride the coattails. Let me get back in, you know, I want you to be stuck. I want you to be caged. Escape with me. I'm hearing escape with me. So maybe you or someone else had heavy Pisces. It could be water, could be Cancer a little bit too. I could see it. And we do have Two of Cups Cancer card on the board. I could see it's like an escapism, you know what I'm saying? But there's something about you breaking free, and I think Spirit just really wants us to feel encouraged because at this schism of energy, Spirit wants you to really be able to not be corded, bound, or pulled back at all. I'm hearing, let me cheat off your test. And I think it's kind of a metaphor though, like, and I'll say, I can think of, I have a deep mother wound that deals with heavy, like blatant religious, not good. Let's not elaborate. It was deep-seated narcissism, okay? But I was also in an abusive relationship. I have things going on. But I also can think of an example where for almost a decade, I thought someone was literally my best friend. And this whole thing got exposed. Anyway, so you can look back and see for yourself where were the relationships where you were putting in more than you were receiving is not reciprocal, right? You need to plant a new garden elsewhere. Once again, Spirit says the juice is not, y'all know I call this the juice worth the squeeze. It's not. It's not. You can go ahead and just plow that garden up, okay? Or we can just go on. The trash will take out itself. I'm hearing, let's write down Pisces. What else did we say? Taurus, heavy Taurus. Excuse me. Pisces, Taurus, Capricorn. We also have Cancer. We said mother and father wounds. So after you've been able to reflect on some of the behavior patterns and things, once you, I hear, have gotten clear from it, you know, and a lot of cards, well, gotten clear, she's literally walking away. Once you've gotten clear from some of the damage and you're ready to kind of replant new gardens and open new doors, this may be a note of like where you need to continuously be aware to do the shadow work, right? And North Node Pisces, South Node Virgo axis can help you with purging, can help you with spiritual realignment. It's funny we said 12th house, and then off the top, Saturn and Pisces came out. That is crazy. So there's a lot of emotional maturity going on right now, but that requires you, there's a form, okay, how do we say, Spirit? There's a form of emotional maturity when you have severed cords. This can be cord cutting work, by the way, major cord cutting work right here. I'm hearing you need to get specific. I don't know, love and light, that could be for someone. There's something, hold on. There's something here that irks me, and I want to point it out, is that these are like mirrors. Okay, so someone could have shadow mirrored you, you know, that thing. It's not, it's kind of like gaslighting, but it's kind of like, no, it's not love and light, not really gaslight. Shadow mirroring. It's like to give you a version of yourself back to you so that they can manipulate this type of thing. Sociopathic people, right? Narcissistic. I personally don't think that psychopathic people give a shit enough to mirror you. Like, why would a lion mirror the gazelle? They're just going to stalk it and eat it, okay? But that's another day. You can definitely delve into your own personal work with psychology and studying personality types. But do you see how we have the goat, Pan, however you look at that, Saturn? This is the dark inverted Saturn, right? Okay. With these like bat wings looking behind them, right? And it's almost like then over here, it's like a higher vibrational, right? Do you see how the images are like mirrors? I feel this is you practicing self-love. This is you, okay, before we project our love out to another in any shape or form. Okay, we understand that we are always our first soulmate. We are divine masculine and feminine energetic signatures and divine sovereign, you know, like light-coded signatures within ourselves. Okay, we have to understand the union and the harmony and the duality of love and marrying, quote unquote, those parts of ourselves first, you know, and healing trauma and all these steps that go into. I feel like there's a lot of emotional healing. You poured into your own cup as something like this. This gives me a lot of, let's write down shadow mirroring. Mm-hmm. The caduceus with the lion's head that goes over from the back of your neck above your head, and it said like when the lion roars, the vibrational frequencies kind of cleanse you naturally. The wings coming out of the back of your shoulders, this caduceus like a crystal wand. It's giving very archangel. I'm going to write AA for Archangel Raphael. So you might need a lot of mental health cleansing, healing, cleanse the mental body. There's so many. Steve Noble, I would suggest checking him out. It's a great way to do mental reprogramming, cleansing, do sound bathing. Spiritual baths are really great to just continue to enhance. Please let me sever the cords from these completed emotional bonds and contracts so that I can move on. What am I hearing? There's y'all know what I'm hearing. Hold on. A moment like this, some people wait a lifetime. Is that OG Kelly? Oh, I can't believe it's happening to me. Y'all, my voice is so straight. A moment like this. There's a moment. And you can go back and check out the collective that I shared today, where we were talking about astrology and all this stuff that was coming through at the end of March. But it's almost like, please don't be held down by loose strings. Cord cutting, whether it's in a meditative form, maybe you resonate with a candle form, maybe you do a spiritual bath and you have like an oil blend and you set the intention. I would work this. I would work this more than once. If you can, between now and March 29th. I don't have that honestly, even all the way up to the damn last day of fucking March, dude. March 31st. If you can work it all the way out, we really just want to cleanse and clear. That makes me think I am going to be putting up a tool on the shop. Yeah, I'm going to be loading some new tools into the shop. We're going to do evil eye stuff, Nazada evil eye and stuff like that in April too, because woo, the projection going to be real when this schism really pops off, okay? Not the magician coming back out. I was thinking I would love to have one more card, Spirit. What's on the bottom? What we don't see coming, right? It's a very Neptune Piscean card. What we don't see coming. Let me take it to the magician, though. This is really you just calling all your power back to yourself, and we fucking love to see it. There's a lot of spirituality on this board, though. It's like, if you don't turn your back, you can't see the door. You're going to keep suffering. And for what? The juice was never worth the squeeze. This also is this other person, this other soul contract, this other energy, and love and light, I sure hope not. Rebuke it all the way the fuck back, but maybe an entity projecting through someone. I mean, that's very fourth dimensional, but everybody's not going to be on the same vibration you are. So sometimes we still have to deal with that shit, you know? So this could be on the other side of the door. I'm hearing knock, knock, knock on the dun, 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 dun. I think that's come through before. No. Mercury, Venus retrograde is divine protection, divine intercession, divine, I heard interception. It really is, though. Yeah, we're not going to be pulled back into these patterns with the devil coming out here. Look at that, double confirmation on the Caduceus. You see that here? There's something about being resourceful with your time and energy right now as you're going through this healing process and we're doing this realign and reset. This Aries season is not going to be a fast, like let's hit it, let's get it season. It's a time where we're doing a lot of inner work. Okay, and the Magician reminds you that you actually have everything you need right there. All the resources, all the latent talents, the ability to heal yourself. The Magician, though, I don't know. You know, when I read it a different way, let's scooch y'all back a little bit. When I read this in a different way, it's also like, I don't know, like trying to get your attention to pull your energy back down. There's eyes. So I don't know if someone that you removed from your life, again, whatever form the emotional bond was, has the ability to see you. Because look at this eye. Do you see it? The fuck? And then also, remember I was showing you the eye here? It's very interesting that we're talking about eyes too. And I said, and then I felt the need to share with you that I was going to be sharing Evil Eye and Nazarda stuff on the shop. Because I do taper and pillar candles. Because the Hebrew letter on the Devil card, the Capricorn card, the card of Saturn is IN. It's like this, keep your eye trained on me, something, or you're gonna miss this point at a schism. Yeah, I don't know how to really explain it differently because we went into channeling a lot on that. I don't know. It's this Mars Capricorn vibration, but it's shadowed. And I feel like it's projected from people who really just can't manipulate you anymore, to be honest. So continue with your spiritual healing. What do we want to get? Oh, the Hangman too. Wow, dang. That's a lot of cards. But look, we have Hunter and She-Wolf coming right off the top. I'm going to reshuffle, though. It was a lot of cards. Hunter and She-Wolf. It's just a vibration of let me, I don't care if she's a wolf. I just got to track her down because I want to feed on her. I hear it like that. It's really dark. I mean, Mars is really aggravated and probably frustrated at being in Cancer right now. Venus, Mercury in retrograde. Nobody's getting to anyone. It doesn't matter what kind of hunter you are. The hunter is in timeout. I hear it like this. But a she-wolf is going to run out and howl at the moon, you know, here. Fuck your cups. Like, I don't even need them anyway. I'm a wolf. I don't know, something like this, right? The Devil, the Capricorn card too, is also really big about, like, you're liberated. You liberated yourself from the darkness, or, you know, you did your shadow work because something's not going to hold you back anymore. The Devil card, Capricorn, Saturn energy can also be like, you know, Saturn is going to complete this cycle of 29 and a half years in May, right? So Of course, people are going to be desperate. Like, please don't let me sink under these Pisces waves with Saturn. I don't want to be washed out of their timeline. You know, what will I feed on? But it's like we're gonna build new things. We're gonna go forward with a new firm foundation. Look, Heart Guardian. Heart Guardian, when we are talking about releasing these emotional bonds and contracts, let's read Heart Guardian from Calgary's Angels and Ancestors Oracle. Shot to the heart, and you're to blame, darling, you get love by name. Very airy season, though, isn't it? Love and let yourself be loved. Welcome with open arms, opportunity to give and receive love. The Heart Guardian is an angelic energy that can help you call for protection and guidance with all issues surrounding the heart. How fucking appropriate. It's giving, you know, the Sacred Heart, you know, Mother Mary or Magdalene, Sophia type vibrations. This is essentially the angel who helps you with all relationships, whether they be with yourself, family, or even a romantic connection. She can enable you to move beyond any limiting fears about trust, discern whom to trust, and understand how you can move forward in a balanced relationship with that person. In this card, she is adorned with a sacred heart and draped in a red cloak to show her capacity to let love lead the way. You are lovable and loving. The energy of love is surrounding your whole world at this time. Angels are swirling around you, encouraging you to open your heart and reveal the blessings that you have to offer. They want you to know that you are a highly loving being who deserves to give and receive love. If you are finding it challenging to feel love at this time, it's important for you to give yourself credit where it's due. You are also encouraged to welcome support from others. Learn to receive. Don't try and do everything on your own. If you are working on a relationship or in a new relationship, this card can usher in energies that allow you to forge a powerful connection with your partner. Love is in the air. I feel like this is more about connecting with yourself. I think with the Hangman here, for me, I mean, just in general without cards, when we have a double retrograde and one of those is Venus, and then we have all of this karmic endings, if you're separate, I personally wouldn't be like looking for connection at this time. I mean, love and light, always trust your higher self. Everyone's destiny and their contracts and their everything's different for everyone, right? Ultimately, you have to trust your intuition. You have to follow your path the way you choose. But if you were asking me, I would be like, this is not the best time. And it's kind of this with the devil. It's also like, are you a slave to your pleasures? Make sure you're doing your healing heart work. There's a lot here about doing the work, breaking the scarcity and lack, doing the spiritual work here, the water rituals, the salt baths, the walking away, the meditations. We really need to work the end of this Saturn and Pisces energy and say, what is the emotional maturity that's being taught to me here? It's a lot of stop putting your energy out where it's not reciprocated, calling your power back to yourself and not repeating old contracts. Child, we don't have time. We do not fucking have time. I mean, what is time? Let us say, let's not spend energy in that way anymore because we have so many other things that we can get accomplished, that we can create, that we can channel, that are much more divinely sovereign and beautiful. The star is a confirmation of healing, realignment. You have 7 + 1, that's 8 energy. 8 maybe for you could resonate. The Hangman is a lot about forgiving yourself and not carrying guilt either. I love to see the star. That's a lot. We have the Devil, Hanged Man, and the Star. There's definitely a lot of rest, and I'm going to keep pressing that. You need to rest and recover. I think sometimes people get antsy when Venus retrogrades, and we already have Mercury in retrograde too. Technically, I think Venus was retrograding first. But people get antsy, and I get it. But it's like, no, we need to watch our money dollars. We need to stay in the house. We need to work. This is a home, excited energy. You know, that's my 1111 portal card. It's a lot of beautiful heart healing energy. The world cycle's complete. Yeah, it's just definitely a confirmation of what we've already been talking about, okay? So take good care of yourself. Again, reflect on maybe looking into your 12th house placement. There may be messages in Saturn and Pisces. I would work on Again, cord cutting, if that's applicable to you or you practice that, or whether that's a candle spell work, whether that's a visual or energetic practice or a meditation. You know what I'm saying? I think that's really being emphasized here, to go back and just review. Remember, we graduated. Remember, check yourself before you redirect yourself. Okay? Venus and Mercury in retrograde on a big precipice, a huge precipice this Aries season. So we've got to say, bitch, I did the homework. Love and light. I graduated. We're not going back there. Okay? And then we have to hold the line. We kept channeling that. Hold the line. Burr, 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 burr. Love isn't always on time. Remember that? All right, guys. That's what I have for you. Feel free to visit my website if you think, an intuitive astrological or a teaching astrological message, learning about your chart, or a personal reading might help. But I love you guys. Please keep your eye out on the shop. You're like you always say, I am going to put items on the shop. You just have to bear with me. Or you don't. Love and light. Okay. I have private events and private custom work. I have a lot of things that I juggle. I do love the shop. I just don't always have as much time for it as I would like. So, I love you guys. I'll check in with you soon. Okay. Take good care. Bye.